To episode 21 of Roving Slant.
Wait, this is 21?
This is 21,
Wait, what happened to 20?
Dude, I haven't uploaded 19 or 20, baby. So as soon as 21's out, all three will be out.
This is the Blackjack episode.
Yes, this is the legally allowed to drink episode.
Congratulations, Roving Slant.
Yeah, finally, you're old enough.
Pour one out for the homies.
It's time to get some sugar and carbs and destroy your liver, buddy.
You'll be feeling good for a few minutes there.
Yeah, at least a few minutes. And then you're going to have to consume way too much alcohol to keep it going.
That's right.
And then 5 years from now, you're going to consider AA. And then after that doesn't work out, another 10 years, you'll decide, man, I'm really fucked up. I need to stop drinking.
I had 5 kids. I don't even know where they are.
Why is it legally allowed that only depressants and caffeine, a stimulant, are legal psychoactive substances, but everything else completely banned?
I mean, the world's changing around us.
It's true.
Every day.
And with change also means we're changing too.
Oh.
And you have a new thing.
Yeah.
You're here.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's been a month.
The new thing.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the new thing?
I'm ready for the new thing, dude.
The new thing is that I got a new chicken tender recipe.
Oh my god. Is it good, dude?
It was, dude, air fryer. We got the air fryer.
Oh,
let me tell you.
Did you use it?
I'm an air fryer shill.
Oh my god.
We
have one here.
You are. I have the same one, the Instapot one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with the interchangeable lids.
Yeah. Oh. What did you make with it?
Whew.
The nuggets? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we made some tendies.
How was that? I mean, what did you do? Bread chicken?
Yeah, just bread some chicken and then you throw them in there.
Was it ground chicken?
No. No, that would be weird. No, you just slice up some breasticles.
You gotta make it like Mickey D's. They just grind everything together in a fucking blender.
For that, I would need a live chicken.
Put some soybean. Yeah, feathers and all. It's like, what? That was my bird noise.
That's your grinder noise.
Yeah, blood splattering everywhere.
You have to keep your eyes open the whole time to watch.
Yeah.
That's, But anyways, I got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the real.
Yeah. Your wife's watching the blood hit her fucking face. Like, flies out. Oh, shit! Like, don't worry, babe. It'll be done soon enough.
This is gonna be like McDonald's soon enough.
Yeah, so now we can legitimately say that you've been married in the house of God.
Yep.
You have a wife now.
Yep.
So tell me, first off, actually, we gotta go back. We gotta go back to before you were married, okay? We gotta take it. We've already been teasing this for like 10 episodes already, the Iceland trip. But before that, you had the whole passport debacle. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how easy that one, I guess.
Yeah. So after the wedding.
Yeah.
Right. Timeline here is we had the wedding. Mm-hmm. Before the wedding, we had to. Was that on the last episode? I don't even remember.
It was some episode. It doesn't matter. The last episode, it was the passport thing you just told me. Yeah.
So basically, the passport, right? Her passport expired within 3 months of us leaving on our trip by we were short 3 days, right? So we had to go to Buffalo, New York in order to get it renewed. Mm-hmm. So we, 2 days, or actually the day after our wedding, we flew out to Buffalo. Had some buffalo wings. Buffalo wings, disappointing in Buffalo. Sorry, Buffalo. I'm sorry. They're not good. Had some buffalo wings, and then you go to the passport office, right? We went there early. They accepted all the forms. They're like, okay, come back at 3:00. And it was like, okay, that's cool. So we went at 11, and at 3 they were going to have it done. So we show up at 3 and we're done.
Honestly, that's so dumb that they even have you go all the way there just to do that if they're going to do it if it's that easy. I mean...
Yeah, but I mean, what else could we have even...
I don't know. Done? It's just why isn't there a speed... I mean, maybe there's just not enough demand. Maybe people don't need it that quickly.
Well, so that's a special office, right? So that one's the panic office. You have to be either someone died and you need a passport, or you're traveling within 14 days and something happened to your passport.
I see.
So we qualified for that. But it has to be some kind of an emergency.
Yeah. You're like, honeymoon? They're like, oh, we understand.
Well, the thing was is that we had a valid passport.
It just was 3 days short.
Yeah.
Of the allotted amount of time you needed in order to go to Iceland.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we talk a little bit about Iceland and your boating cruise and whatever story you wanted to tell.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, why don't we talk about the wedding? So, your perspective on the wedding.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I liked it.
From my perspective, it was like the final day I was taking the knack and the oregano. So like when I was in the church, my fucking brain was just like, it was like Zeus was splitting my brain in half, sending a lightning strike. So that was pretty awkward. But afterward, the whole it was like my brain was being like pried in half. I don't know how to explain it. It was like knack, oregano oil, and black seed oil is what I was taking. Yeah. And like I was getting like a consistent headache like every day, but I felt better. I felt like I was doing something. But like for whatever reason it like culminated in that final moment of like getting to your wedding and then like being there, sitting down, and then that was like when the pain like hit me or whatever.
Okay.
So anyways, but no, it was good. I liked the whole service. It looked like you guys were very nervous. I thought that was very funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had to memorize our lines and vows and junk.
Yeah, didn't you? It looked like at one point you had like asked for a reminder of some of the lines or something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, so I remembered the vows, but then once you hand the ring over, right, you have to like say something, and I'm like, I just need the first word and I can remember the rest. And so like I looked over and I was like, and he said like the word. I'm like, oh yeah, and like immediately remembered right after that. I also said the vows backwards, but it doesn't matter. All the words were there, and no one noticed. It's just that 2 lines were swapped.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like I'd been practicing and memorizing and all that. But church was cool. We had a special. The person who called in wasn't supposed to show up at the wedding at all, at least from my knowledge. The only person who knew was my wife. And so he showed up at the church. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I had like a moment of like, what is he doing here?
I didn't even know until like a day before when he called me. He was like, yeah, can you drive me there? He's like, I'm going to be at so-and-so's house because he's in the military.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude. I mean, that's funny. I mean, that's hilarious that he ended up showing up. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that was really exciting. I mean, like the whole ceremony, everything went good. I got on a bus. I don't know what you did in between the wedding and the reception.
We literally came back to the office just to chill.
Yeah.
And then like watch a YouTube video or something. And then by that time it was like
time to go.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. Yeah, so how was your bus? What, you just drank the whole time on the bus? Was it like a limo / or no, just a...
It was like it was a big party bus.
Okay.
You could tell like there was like a whole, well, they could have put a stripper pole is what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah, you would have got on it, right?
Yeah. We had one of the bridesmaids. So like everybody was like drinking, and we stopped at 2 parks to take photos. So park 1, we walked around, took photos. My wife's dress is like 80 pounds.
Oh my
god! And
God,
so she was
really?
like towing. Oh yeah, you saw how long the train
I saw
was.
It, but like 80, holy shit! I wouldn't have guessed that much.
Yeah, so like she was walking around, going place to place with that. She was like, "I'm done."
Wow, I don't blame her at all.
Yeah,
the dress was gorgeous,
yes.
Dude. It looked amazing.
She looked really good.
Yeah,
I mean, like as every good husband would. As soon as she walked up, I'm like, "You look fantastic."
Yeah, you didn't get to see any of her makeup or anything, right, until that moment?
Yeah.
Is that how... Yeah, okay. That's usually how it works. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't get to see anything. So, I didn't cry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't think you cried at all.
I was tearing up.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay. Just like took a second, and as soon as I saw like her dad, I'm like, okay, that'll make me stop now. I don't mentally. That's what happened.
You're just like, you're up there, you see him, you're like complete boner killer.
Yeah,
don't even need to worry.
Nothing against her dad. I just was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's right. I own her now. Her father's passing her off to me.
Hand her off to me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
No, wow, I would have not have guessed 80 pounds for that dress. That's crazy.
It might be a little bit less, but it was stupid.
I'm sure it's heavy. I mean, it looked like a lot of layers, basically.
Whenever she brought it home and like it was on a hanger, I had to like carry it upstairs. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you wore this. So, but yeah, so that was all the wedding part. On the bus, took a bunch of photos. Did a bunch of like shots and like I needed it honestly because like it just there's a lot of stress leading up to that point and
my God, you've been talking about it for weeks.
We were it was like I was in the moment of the pinnacle of the like stress. I'm like, we made it through the important part. And now we just go to the party part where I don't need to think much.
You just repeat the 5 lines you I mean, even on one of the past podcasts, you were like, or maybe it was before the cast, but you were like, I just got to go up to every table and be like, how's the food?
Yeah.
Like you had rehearsed the lines way in advance.
Thanks for coming. Yeah. Yep.
Wow, it's been forever since I've seen you, Aunt XYZ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, is that so-and-so still doing good?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, whoever couldn't make it.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out. We got to get to the other table. So I said the same lines. Like a robot. I walked from table to table, hugged every person. We're good.
Oh my God.
So that was, it was kind of cool. But I'm trying to think. Oh, on the bus, the only real exciting thing, other than like us like drinking, like partying, my sister was one of the bridesmaids, and she was DJing. So we got some like good music, and then like there's I can't remember if they're Polish, but it's party metal is the genre. And so like I'm like, hey, as we're pulling up, can you play this song? And it's got like a nice like beat like dance music at first, and then they go into like the chorus of like screamo. So that was pretty cool to pull up,
That's actually pretty funny. little Polish touch there.
Yeah. We had one of the bridesmaids did a backflip on the bus because she was drunk.
Wow.
That was cool.
Impressive.
Yeah, she landed almost on her face, but she actually pretty much landed it. I was impressed.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I can imagine in a bus you don't have that much room. And was it moving or?
I think it was moving still, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. Those are the people you want on a party bus.
Yeah. So like having all those people on there, and then we had the entrances. I didn't get to see them from the front, only from the back, and you were kind of in the corner, so I don't know if
you dude, I was the way I was set up was literally just facing a corner from the way we chose our seats or whatever, because when we got there were people on either side of us.
Yeah.
But I did see it kind of from like diagonal.
Yeah.
But it was I just couldn't tell that she actually shotgunned a beer.
Yeah, my sister. Yeah.
I couldn't tell that because it looked like she just had like the can and then was like fake drinking from it. I couldn't tell if she was actually chugging it.
She did it.
Wow. Yeah, that makes it even better.
Yeah. So my sister shotgunned a beer. We had like everybody else just did like a little dance thing or whatever, Yeah. That was pretty cool. We came out. Speeches, right? Speeches were good.
Yeah, they turned out great. Your cousin's was good.
Yeah. I was really happy. I mean, like I thought I thought about my cousin's speech for days after. It was a good speech for me.
I think Rebecca's best man speech.
I don't know.
Does she also have a best man, or I don't know?
It's called. I can't remember the official name, but yeah.
Well, but
bridesman.
Yeah, their speech was very good too. Yeah. I really liked their speech.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny from like the perspective of it was like one of those speeches where it was like, yeah, she's my best friend, but like I like you too, so it's okay that you're marrying her.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It was like I have all the decisions. Yeah, that was pretty funny to me.
Yeah. No, and then I did my speech, which I bailed on the I had a dream, but I thought that what I did was just
good.
As good.
Honestly, it all turned out great.
Yeah.
I think like I was saying when we were at the gym earlier, my favorite aspect of it was like how drunk your family got. Because it was the best people watching event ever. Like The staff is getting so pissed off because they keep spilling drinks on the dance floor, and they're like trying to talk to a bunch of people that are drunk, and then like your slightly less drunk family members are trying to like corral the really drunk.
Come on,
get off. Just put the cup down or something. Like, oh my god. And they're like clearly all pissed off and not working together. And then like the DJ just keeps playing music, but he has to say every 5 minutes like you can't have drinks on the dance floor. It's great.
I felt bad for the DJ because we kind of like had a plan going in. Mm-hmm. So the original plan was speeches. And then my grandma did Grace, and she kept it together.
Yeah, she didn't cry.
Yeah, we were like, oh, she's gonna cry, but I was like, you know what? She's like the best person for it, so screw it. But she kept it together. She did really good, and I was, I gave her a nice hug.
Yeah, you would have had to give her, lambast her, completely criticize her if she cried. She'd be like, "Grandma, you stupid bitch." You ruined my whole wedding by crying. No. Scum of the
earth. One of my favorite images ever of myself was captured during my speech, which is this one.
Honestly, dude,
I know no visual, but
we'll put it in the episode thumbnail.
There we go.
Honestly, that's like an emoji.
Yeah,
like some sort of react image. Oh god, it's kind of like duck lips with like one arm upraised and like a nonchalant whatever.
Yeah,
I don't have to describe an audio. Yeah. It doesn't
matter. Yeah. So I'm trying to think what else happened during the wedding. So anyways, we threw the whole script out pretty much because we went around and greeted everybody before they served the main course, and so that's why like food was slow to come out.
Well, yeah, we were wondering about that.
Yeah, because we just were like, we'll just go around and greet everybody now. Got it out of the way. And then we actually ate our dinner.
I was honestly completely fine with it because I had so much fun talking with the people at our table. So it really didn't matter. We were having a fucking blast.
Everybody was just walking up to the bar and junk anyways.
Yeah,
so
everybody's getting pre-gamed before the meal, which probably made them get drunker anyways because without food, whatever.
Yeah. So, but the DJ was, I don't know if you heard him just before he started the music the first time, he's like, let's finally get this started. I was like,
no, I did not. No.
Oh, we weren't supposed to be doing that. Yeah. But, everything went really well. Really happy about it. We, partied hard. Everybody was dancing.
Yeah, I had some great conversations. I really, there were times when I went outside when some of your other people that you invited to the wedding were having like smoke breaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was fun. Like, I was talking about it at the gym a little bit, but some of the conversation was like, man, I never thought from high school we'd be at this moment now. And I'm just sitting there like, oh God, please don't say anymore. And it's like, he's just like, yeah, we'll just call him. We got to give him a name. We'll call him Tom. Yeah. Tom was like, oh, I never thought we'd be here at this particular moment after high school, And then it was like, it was almost like going through 5 stages of grief because at like a certain point, he's like, he's gonna be the same guy. He's not gonna change. He's gonna be the same guy we've always known and loved. It'll be okay. He's not gonna be different now that he's married. It was so fucking funny. Holy shit! I mean, granted, he was really drunk.
But
yeah.
No, he was. Tom was having a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
It was funny because he would walk back and I was like, "Did you say hi to this person?" You're like, "Oh, where are they? I'll go do it."
Yeah, dude, he was so nonchalant about everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then we had confirmed 4 blackouts.
Yeah.
Possibly 5, I think, actually. Wow. I heard about a 5th, so.
So I'm assuming they got home and blacked out? Or they blacked out before they got home? Or
the people who blacked out were either being driven by someone or stayed, because there's a hotel right there. Yeah. Or they stayed at the hotel.
They just didn't want to remember your wedding at all. They're like, dude, this is so miserable. We need to fucking blitz our brain.
No, I think, so like, for like, specifically my cousin and her husband, those two, I don't think they get to like party a lot because they both work a ton and like she's a nurse.
Oh, okay. So like they're probably really stressed then. Maybe this is like a good opportunity to relieve. some tension or something.
Yeah, and this is like of my family, like the last wedding was them, and that was like 5 years ago when I first started dating my now wife.
Wow.
So I think like, you know, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Long time. They've been building up all that stress for years. And they're like, finally. She goes and asks her husband, like, how much is the alcohol? And he's like, oh, it's open bar. It's free. Just like, okay, well, tonight's the night. I'm not going to remember this.
They knew it was open bar. If we made it not open bar, I feel like everybody, like someone would have been like, I'm buying all the drink or something stupid like that. Because, yeah.
They just couldn't take it.
Yeah. We went through, so we brought in special Crown.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So you said something about how that they didn't have Crown and originally at the bar, and then your family brought in Crown, right?
Yeah,
Crown
my
Royal.
dad was like, we're bringing in Crown Royal. Just tell me where to drop it. So he brought in like 3 big jugs, like not the regular bottle, but you know, like the ones that you see behind a bar that they have mass amounts of. Yeah, we went through all those.
Oh my god!
I guess they even uncorked like one of their own smaller bottles for like, you know, because normally you'd pay for it, but I guess we didn't pay for it, so that was cool. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
I just wanted to keep that dance floor flooded with alcohol. They're like, you know what, we'll open it. It's whatever.
Yeah, but you know, everybody had a good time. I haven't talked to anyone that was like, oh no, I had a miserable time.
Yeah, man, you need to throw a better party.
Yeah.
Suck. This is the worst wedding I've ever been to.
I hate everything. So yeah, I think that's about it for the reception wedding.
Yeah, honestly, that seems to sum it up pretty well. I had a great time. It was a blast. Your family got completely fucking wasted.
Yeah.
And it was fun to watch.
Oh, dances.
That was fun.
My mom was like, you have to dip me. Okay, now spin. She was like telling me what to do.
You had to do the mom dance. Yeah.
She made it. Yeah, honestly, I had a fantastic time.
It looked great. You guys did a good job.
I don't know if you saw a photo of me, but like I was like, my face was like plastered with like this like weird smile the whole time. Also, the photographer, I have like a weird thing. Whenever somebody tells me to smile, I tilt my neck like this and then like do a really fake smile. And so like the photographer's like, what are you doing?
You just have this instinct where you're like, I need to show that I'm not gonna attack you right now. I have warrior blood within me.
So, yeah. So, you know, we,
yeah, so,
dance.
I mean, you can just skip to Iceland if you want to go to that.
We
Plane
can
ride.
Go to Iceland.
How is that? Yeah,
I hate the
send me
airport.
there. I'm gonna hypnotize me there.
Close your eyes. Let me get nice and close here.
Okay, I'm
You're driving. You're not driving. You're in an Uber. Some other dude's driving. He's taking you to the airport. He asks you, "Hey, what airline are you on?" And you respond with, "I'm gonna go on United." And the guy says, "What?" And then you say, "United." And then he goes, "Yeah, okay. All right, I'll drop you off at United." And then you wonder why he whispered then when you were whispering earlier. So then you get to the airport, okay? And you got to do like your whole, you know, the whole spiel of like, you gotta walk up, scan your stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you want tickets? Oh, we'll take those bags here. And you pay for everything. And then they do that thing
every time where, like, you go through the x-ray machine and they're like, what's that thing in your pants? You're like, oh, it's actually just my dick.
Do you want to know? I actually... Okay. So, this happened. This has happened to me so many times. Okay. I go through the scanner, and it doesn't just scan for, like, you know, metal. It scans for, like, big chemicals.
Smalls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Chemicals?
Big cocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because... So, like, this has happened to me, like, 3 or 4 times. On the machine, it has, like, a picture, an image of, like, a, you know, a guy doing, like, a T-pose. And then it'll show, like, areas that are possibly dangerous, have something in them, right? And so, I kid you not, my whole crotch was, like, a bright red. Like, because it has a scale. So, there's, like, a yellow and then a red. And so, like, my crotch was red. And he's like, so you want to do this here or over there? I gotta take this swab and swab you. So, like, they take a swab. They put on a glove. They take a swab and they... like, just ride along the top part of your belt and, like, kind of, like, you know, swivel in a little bit. I was just like, let's just get this over with. So I was just in the middle of the airport. Some dude, like, riding my my belt line.
What the fuck?
And then he puts it inside of a machine, and then it, like, approves you or doesn't approve you. But I swear to God, I've had the same exact thing going through airports, like, 3 or 4 times.
They're just like, oh, this guy's blue eyes, blonde hair, Aryan male, master race, and he has too much testosterone in his fucking balls.
Yeah.
So that's why it just keeps...
Apparently. It's either that.
He has not eaten enough soy burgers from McDonald's to get the estrogen required to be a normal, unautonomous person.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It's either that or, the phosphorus shampoo I wipe on my balls every day.
Yeah, honestly.
One of the two.
What the fuck? What the fuck could they possibly be swabbing? Like, oh, you're like you really admire the Greeks, and so you just douse yourself in olive oil and scrape it off with the little fucking
squeegee,
scalpel thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I don't know, but it happens every time. So it happened this time. I hate airports and air travel, just because it's a pain. Mm-hmm. So you're sitting in the airport. We got there because you're traveling to a foreign country. You want to be there early. Right, because they got to scan your passport.
Yeah, before the zombies come out.
Yeah,
sundown.
Exactly.
Got to get there early.
So we're there before the zombies. Our flight went to New York. Landed in New York. We got some food, and then from New York you go to Iceland. Iceland flight was 6 hours. I took a ZQL because I was like, I have to drive when I land.
Does that just make you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just melatonin. So I took a ZQL. I slept for 3 or 4 hours of the plane. That was as much rest as I got that night. Because as soon as we landed, it was 7 a.m. in Iceland. And we left at 9 p.m. in New York. So the time difference, it gets you all messed up. And then we had to pretty much go straight, get a rental car, and then go to a spa. So had to stay awake.
How was the spa? Did it making you fall asleep or what?
Beautiful. Oh, yeah. The spa was fantastic. I mean, for something to do right after a flight, the first thing that I always want to do whenever I land is take a shower. Mm. So, perfect. Mm-hmm. You have to shower with your peers, naked, in Iceland. And so, I got to do that. Not something you get to do every day, Do
you have a towel over your junk, or you just free ball it, or what?
So, I made a joke to my wife here. So, all right, what it is, and I can explain this, maybe you can actually narrate what I'm doing. Whenever I kind of observed, I stood back and I observed before I went in because I didn't want to get anything wrong.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to flash these people.
Yeah,
unless that's what they want.
Old dudes, they don't care, right? Yeah, no. It's a known fact.
They're at the end of their life.
They're like, here it is, dude. Here's my cock. Yeah, come on.
You've seen enough porn by now.
Yeah,
you're practically masturbating every minute.
Like me, an old man.
Yeah.
So basically, whenever someone would walk around naked, because they give you a robe, so you put on a robe, you take off your clothes, put on a robe, go to the shower, take off your robe, put your bathing suit on a rack nearby. You go in there, you take your shower, you go back over, put on your bathing suit, and then put the robe away, and then you can go out and swim, right? What people do whenever they're naked with nothing around is they have their bathing suit in their hand or a towel or whatever, and they keep it right here, and they walk around like that. That's how people...
So they literally hold the towel over their junk.
Yes.
Yeah, but it just dangles down.
Like a loincloth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was talking to Rebecca. She's my wife.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was talking to Rebecca, and I was like, do people cover up at all? She's like, no, the women here don't care. And I'm like, the dudes do. Because they're like, I gotta cover up at least a little bit.
Dude, I've been reading the Iliad and the Odyssey, and I was looking up the shower rituals and stuff for what they used to do back then. Which is why I mentioned the olive oil thing, because they used to slather themselves in olive oil and then literally scrape it off with a piece of brass. It was almost like a butter knife, basically, and then that would take up the dirt. But they had it wasn't a bath or a shower or anything. It was it was kind of like a spa, but it was called a thermal, and everybody would just get naked. Well, it was separated by gender, and then they would get naked and just it was kind of like a social event, and you had to like pay to go to the bathhouses.
Yeah.
And then one of the other things I found was interesting was even the toilets were communal. It was basically just a row of holes in stone, and then everybody would just like shit and piss together.
Yeah.
Basically, and just talk or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And you know, that aspect and reminds me of what you were talking about for this spa. It's so bizarre, but I could see it being like pretty entertaining.
Oh frankly. Yeah. I mean, like, it was awkward doing it. It's not awkward. I don't really care about the nudity part. Like, seeing other people naked doesn't bother me, and people seeing me naked doesn't really bother me. But the thing is like, in our high school and stuff, nobody ever, like, you didn't have to shower with other people or anything. Yeah. So it makes it awkward because I never really had to. So I'm trying to like make sure I don't get any weird social things wrong. Yeah. That like people are gonna be like, oh, that guy's a weird guy in the showers. You know,
the Germans are like, dude, everybody always gives you like a complimentary hand job before. This guy's so fucking weird. Americans don't even know any etiquette, bro. They don't even rub your balls at all. Fucking useless.
Yeah, I mean, like we're supposed to like spank each other.
Yeah, and it just fucking
miss.
Yeah. So you get in. Everybody gets one spank. Each cheek, and then you sit down, and then that's
the hand job,
the ritual, yeah.
And then after the hand job, you do the ceremonial kiss.
Yeah, whoever's to your right, you have to give them the hand job.
Yep.
So whoever you sit next to, and that's just courtesy.
Yeah.
Common courtesy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that they have lube in the middle for that specific reason. And then, like you said, the kiss afterwards.
And then you can take your shower.
And then you can take the shower, yeah.
So, you know.
And then if they say Egyptian rat screw as you're giving them the hand job, then you have to slap the balls of the guy and then tug upwards, but like super quick. And then the person across from you has to turn around and squat. And then you have to kick their butt cheek, specifically the right one. It's just like this really convoluted.
If you miss, then you yell Yahtzee.
Yeah. And if somebody yells Yahtzee, then the oldest person in the room has to take a die that they were hiding in their asshole out and roll it on the floor. And if it gets a 6, that's when somebody says, holy... No.
Bar mitzvah party. Yeah. And that's when everyone gets up. And the anal begins.
Yeah, all the Jewish people pull out their dreidels. And if they spin the dreidel and it lands on she...
They don't have to participate. Yeah.
Just common courtesy in Iceland at the spot. Yeah, you have this whole thing like it actually happens and you go to your wife and you're like, how's your time, honey? And then she's like, oh, it's good. How's yours? And you're like, you don't even want it. I'm not even going to tell you. She's like, well, it sounded kind of... sounded like there was a lot going on over there. There were adjacent rooms. You making a lot of noise. I heard a lot of skin slapping. Yeah. What's going on?
You hear just a lot like, woo!
Faster! In Icelandish.
Yeah. Well, so most people spoke English.
Yeah, English, yeah.
Most of their tourism, like I think 23% of the tourists there are North American. And then like 13% is England.
Now, did they have like a British accent or was it just like American?
No, they have, because they speak Icelandic. So it's kind of like close to a Swedish accent.
Okay, got it.
So, but like it was very clear, you know what I mean? There's never any problems like hearing someone or...
And did you, okay, so you did your spa.
So, the spa was really cool. They had it was a silica, like underneath it, right? There's the geothermal water. So seawater floods in. There's like a silica mine underground, or not really a mine, but a silica like deposit that's 2,000 meters underground or 3,000 meters, something. It was pretty far underground, and it goes down there and then shoots up, and they have like pipes obviously to like disperse it throughout the hot springs. And so like the water is like a milky blue.
Oh, interesting.
It looks really cool, and it makes your skin really soft because of the silica. So like it was pretty cool. They have a swim up bar. It was at like 10:30 in the morning, so we didn't really drink anything, but they had like fresh juice. So like I had like a I think it was like carrots, ginger, apple, and...
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
It was all included because we got the premium package.
Mm.
So we got our own special line, and you get like free drink, and then you put on a face mask. I wish I had my phone because me and Rebecca did blackface. We did the volcanic ash face mask.
Yeah.
It honestly burned.
Really?
Yeah.
I have heard some of the different types of face masks do have that effect on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of burned a little bit, and also it didn't come off easily. So, like, they had, like, a sink thing, like a faucet that just always runs with cold water in it. So you, like, splash that on there and try to rub it off, but it doesn't really come off very well.
Well, you do look 5 years younger.
Thank you.
You're glowing.
Oh.
They usually only reserve that for pregnant women, but I'm going to say it for you.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah. After your honeymoon.
How
you're
did
pregnant.
you know?
Yeah. It was after the Yahtzee.
Yeah. Yeah, well, after the Yahtzee happens, there's a cookie in the middle.
Oh, God.
But yeah, anyway, trying to think anything else with that spa. We ate food there. We just had, like, I had sushi and Rebecca had, like, some salmon. Mm-hmm. You know, we ate that and it was all right. So then we left, went to Reykjavik, which is, like, the main city. And that's where we were staying for the night. Now, we were both dead tired because we only got, like, a couple hours sleep on the plane. And then we went to a really relaxing spa. So, like, driving to the city that was, like, 45 minutes away, I was like, oh, God, like, fighting the sleep. And then Rebecca fell asleep, and I'm like, I'm alone. I gotta do this.
You're like, babe, can you just keep me awake?
Yeah.
You look over, completely gone.
Yeah. Literally? Yeah. I was like, so just tell me something. And I look over, he's like, snoring. So yeah, we got to the city. I went to a shady currency exchange place.
That's good. Well, what was shady about it?
It's just like the smallest possible building. Like this guy just had like a desk. So like you walk in, there wasn't more than like this much room.
Wow. Okay. So for it's basically like a T-pose wingspan. That's about it.
Yeah. So like my arms are like maybe 6 foot. It's like 5
feet. Yeah.
5 feet of clearance from you to a desk from a door. And so you walk in, and the guy was like, "So what do you want?" And I'm like, "Can
gold?"
Yeah.
What, sir?
What is it?
What you want?
Speak up into the microphone, sir.
How old are you?
FBI. Yeah. Just like breaks through the glass.
So yeah, some guy's like sleeping on his job. He just gold. Somebody's trying to withdraw gold in Iceland. Oh my fucking God!
Calling the drone strikes.
Yeah.
Take them out. So yeah, we did some currency exchange.
Yeah.
Their money's just...
Is it ugly looking? Did you like it?
It's not really ugly.
Is it just cotton paper? Or
no, U.S. is the only one that has the cotton type stuff. I think it was more plasticky, more papery.
Bullshit.
Yeah. It wasn't
fucking plastic.
Was this Monopoly money?
Yeah. I think we're playing a fucking game.
But yeah, so, you know, I got that currency. We went to the hotel at like 2:00 and we fell asleep till like 4. And I was like, we should get up and eat food. Otherwise, our sleep will never become right. And so we went down to the hotel, ate dinner there. And honestly, it was really good food. There was like 2 guys playing jazz. Like one guy was on piano. The other guy had a saxophone. And he had that saxophone, what you call it? Saxophone throat or whatever, where like he constantly and so like I'm like, I know that it's like a common thing for someone who plays a lot of like wind instruments to have like a weird throat thing, but Jesus Christ. And then he was like, he like scooted over to us. He's like, "So where are you guys from?" And like, "Oh yeah, from the US." Because like normally, right, whenever somebody asks you that here, you tell them what state you're in. But I had to like stutter and go like, United States.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not from a place you know.
Yeah.
I'm from the Mitten.
Yeah, do you know do you know Detroit?
Yeah.
Detroit. I got shot at.
You heard
I get shot at?
Yeah. I'm from Chicago, where a percentage of the air is lead. And And it's a significant amount. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You go out at night, you're pretty much, you have a chance, a not non-zero chance of getting fucking lead in you. And then the other part of the day, the morning, when you wake up and you go to drive, you have a pretty considerable amount of possibilities of fiberglass being rammed into you on the fucking expressway when you're trying to drive literally anywhere.
Yeah. So he didn't like our explanation of Detroit or whatever he knows.
Yeah. What did you ask him any questions? Like, where are you from?
Yeah, I just asked him like what he does, because he was like, because he was telling us like in Iceland you got to have like 2 jobs, and so he was like, oh, this is my main gig, but during the day I drive buses, like. So, like...
It sounds like the reverse.
Yes, but like, I think what he was trying to get
This is
across,
the gig I like.
Yeah, this is the one I want.
Yeah.
That one I just do.
Yeah, I do because it pays the bills.
Yeah. I mean, food's super expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say the prices for what it was in comparison.
Our average dinner price was like $105 US. And that would be like I had, I think the first night, Rebecca had fish, I had a burger. And like, those aren't really expensive meals.
Oh yeah, maybe $15 to $20.
Yes, usually, and then we each got a drink, so maybe add another like 8. And no, it was 100 something. So we were just like, well, we're on our honeymoon, whatever. Yeah, whatever. What are we gonna do? Not eat?
You're gonna go to the convenience store. You're gonna get some fucking meat and food, and then you're gonna make a crock pot.
There was a guy that we saw like on one of the trails that just like brought out a bag of bread, meat, and cheese, and was like, "This is what we're eating for like the whole trip." Like he told that to his like wife or whatever. Like, "This is what we get to eat."
Yeah.
So but we were traveling like every night. We didn't have like a home base other than the car. So the next day we drove out into the like kind of northeastern side. This is where Mount Snæfellsnes is.
Is that actually what it's
called? That's what it's called, yes. It's a volcano with a glacier that lives on top of it. It's pretty cool. We went like backroading. We had a Toyota like SUV that was a hybrid, and I'm like, this puppy's gonna make it.
We're driving it through, baby.
Yeah, so I mean, like, we drove through, going through these like mountains. I have a bunch of pictures and videos of like, it looks like you're on a different planet. Like, you're on this road and there's nothing for miles. You're in between some like mountains that are like a weird green color because it's just lichen and rocks.
Huh, that's very strange.
So like, there's no vegetation. You're just like, okay, this is something I've never seen before. We drove up to where the glacier was, but all the glaciers are melting, obviously, because of global warming and all that junk.
That's fake.
I don't know. The glaciers kind of make it seem...
Don't talk about that shit. Glaciers have been gaining ice for fucking years.
What?
They have. I just saw a report on it.
But
it doesn't matter. Yeah, dude. Global warming. Fucking the whole Earth is burning up. This flat plane. I mean, this sphere we live on. No.
But the glaciers, they're somewhat dissipating.
Yeah. Until they come back. No.
Yeah. Well, they have like the season change, or not the season changes, but like winds change, things get colder again.
Yeah. How many seasons do they have in Iceland? Do you know?
It's the same as like normal 4. We were there in fall.
Yeah.
So
we have 5 seasons here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the 5th one?
Spring, summer, fall, winter, under construction.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have that 5th one.
Yeah, how were the roads?
Nice. So like the roads there are really fragile.
Fragile?
Yes. The reason being they don't want to build up the roads because earthquakes and volcanoes erupting and like floods happen all the time. So the roads have to be remade fairly frequently. So like what they do is they make a flat surface, put a bunch of gravel down, and then asphalt it. Like put spray it with the black goo, and that's what the road is.
Honestly, it sounds like it wouldn't last at all.
It does. I mean, they were all pretty good. It's not like we had to fight any potholes or anything, so it wasn't bad. Yeah. So day 2 we went to the Snaefell Snooze, and then we stayed at like a cabin that was like just like a private cabin. That was like the air was the most fresh. The outside was the quietest I've ever heard in my entire life.
Wow.
Like I could almost hear like my own heartbeat for a little bit there.
Could you see the stars pretty well too?
Unfortunately, no. It was kind of cloudy every night except like 2 or 3. We did see Aurora Borealis.
Oh, wow. What was that like?
It was pretty cool. It's not... You have to really look at it because like your eyes get adjusted. It looks like a cloud at first. And then like if you start staring at it, you're like, oh, that's like moving in a weird way. And it... Like I have a bunch of pictures of it that I can show you later, whatever. But it's pretty rad. We were... skip a few days ahead. Actually, wait a second. One second. There's one thing that I need to talk about. We went to a fancy dinner place.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, we had like a 4-course meal. This was like the best meal I would say we had. And like we had like scallops with like hollandaise sauce as like the starter. We had a tuna that was like seared. It was like, oh, that's perfect. They're all like smaller dishes. And then you had a lamb like roast that was delicious, fantastic. But the best part was like this chocolate cake, lava cake, right? So it's all like hot fudge in the middle with like a passion fruit compote or whatever you want to call it on the bottom of it.
Honestly, dude, that sounds amazing.
It was like I think the best dessert thing I've ever had in my entire life. And me and Rebecca were talking. We're like, why don't we like make this at home or like get this like more frequently? You know,
find a lava cake that's similar, dude.
Yeah, because like because we were talking like the only place that I've had lava cake in the last 10 years was like Chili's, and it's a massive like mound. Yeah. But like the thing they had was just a tiny little dish of it and they give you a tiny spoon to eat it, which is perfect because you get the right amount of everything.
It sounds like you gotta start looking up lava cake recipes, dude.
Pretty much.
Start making those at home.
Exactly. So, anyways, fast forward a few days, we, we're just we tried around the whole island.
Yeah.
So we went to a hotel that is like out in the middle of nowhere. There's like a lake, and like there's nothing for miles. And they're like, so are you eating at the hotel restaurant? And we looked up like on Google any other restaurants around. Like, oh, there's nothing for like 45-minute drive. So yeah, we're eating here. And then that was the hotel that we saw Aurora Borealis. We had a ton of like Chinese tourists outside of our window going like, oh, like constantly. And we're like, what's going on? Me and her went outside and we're like, oh, there, what? Oh.
Yeah. Everybody just like, what's happening? They just go out and start doing that too. Oh.
So it was pretty cool. I got a picture with like the moon in the background.
And the Chinese people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. There was one guy, I don't know, maybe he just forgot or something, but he had his flash on. Like he was like taking pictures of it and was like flashing every time, or it was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah, I'd go up and be like, dude, you need to turn the flash on. It's not
ni hao.
Picture no turn out the flashes on. Flashes on.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn off fresh. He's like, I speak English.
Yeah, I got it.
You're like, oh my god, my Twitter's getting deleted.
Oh no, cancellations. But yeah, so I saw Aurora Borealis. Went to another hot springs. This one we didn't have towels, and so we just
fucking birthday suit, baby.
No.
You learned all the etiquette from the previous one, and so you already have like the dye in your ass, and you like go in and you start jerking out with the guy to your right, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
I make a motion to him, like I like see him in the shower. I'm like really excited. I'm like, it was really cool last time. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like making a hand jerking motion. He's like, ooh.
Yeah. All the other guys are like, what is this fucking gay American, obviously? And then some guy comes in and he's like, dude, we only do that on the western side of the island. You're like, oh my god, well, what do you do on this side of the island? And the guy's like, pulls out a fucking scroll. It's like, first we sing a song.
And then you drink this ayahuasca.
Yeah. And then you take your trip. 15 hours later, you wake up in the middle of a forest.
You're going to be completely naked. Now, you're going to have to grab a towel and keep it in front of your dick.
Make sure you put one in the back, too, because we have these bears here that only go for the backside, and specifically the cheeks.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get your ass slapped by that claw.
But, yeah, so that was, I think that one was called GOC baths.
Okay.
I like there wasn't as many people, so it was kind of nice. It seemed more like locals went there because everybody was like speaking Icelandic. And then eventually, as time went on a little bit, there was eventually more American people, and you're like, oh, okay.
Were you like trying to break into the conversation and all, or were you just soaking it up? Or
nah, just sitting there and relaxing. Really,
be like, I'm from America.
Hello.
Yeah. Let's talk about the crime rate in the local area that I live in.
You guys don't deal with that here, but me?
We have to literally smoke weed in order to make it through our day.
We have to cope.
Yeah. I drink so much alcohol, my liver is going to fail by 30. What do you guys do for fun here? Is it just this?
You guys said this is pretty nice.
I'm into that. We don't have geothermal. The closest we get is turning on the hot shower till our incredibly small water heater runs out of hot water. And then we're forced to take very cold showers and suffer in misery.
Did you guys know that the power goes out sometimes?
Sometimes I take a bowl and fill it with water and then put it in my toaster oven to get one last hot rinse. You guys just have naturally hot water here.
Well, you guys don't run off of like coal. You get your power for free.
Yeah,
for free from the earth. That's crazy,
dude. Our fucking electricity bill costs so much money that I have to work dead-end jobs that make me feel like I'm selling all of my time to some fucking bozo I hate. Just to make ends meet.
The only jobs in my area is Amazon.
And the best part of it is, or the worst, depending on how you view life, is that not only can I not afford it, but everything has to be split into payments across multiple months in order to afford it. In fact, Domino's Pizza, I can pay in 6 easy payments now, which makes it a little bit more affordable in the short term, but not in the long term.
Dude, Domino's, that was the only pizza chain place that was there.
Really? They didn't have any other pizza place there?
No, I mean, like, there was, like, little mom and pops, but just, that was the only, like, chain. And then they had KFC. They like KFC because there's no chicken on the island. So they pipe it in through KFC and then Taco Bell. Was
there any, like, particular food that wasn't there that you saw? Like, anything stand out? Like, do they not have something in specific that we
They don't have, like, chicken. Chicken's, like, rare.
But do they have, like, Chinese food or, like, Mexican food? Do they do that sort of stuff? I mean, you had said Taco Bell, but...
There was a place that was connected to a gas station, which actually, the food on those isn't too bad. There was one that was called Walk-In.
Okay.
So it was a Chinese place.
Yeah, we have a Walk-In near here.
Yeah, but I don't think it was associated. No. Yeah, because, I mean, the food was pretty good. Yeah. You know, they lack spices though there too. Really? So like everything's just kind of like, oh, we put salt and pepper on it. You know,
Dude, once I started using cumin, I use it on everything.
Yeah, it's a good spice.
I mean, and I'm starting to get into curry and stuff. I don't think I could live without those spices.
Curry tastes good, and I miss it, and I want to get curry now that you mentioned it. So congratulations.
Maybe on the way there. Yeah. Maybe to work.
Yeah, just stop in for a quick curry.
Yeah. No. Curry, get to work, shit.
Yeah. Hey guys, yeah, I'll check in with you later. I had some curry in the car.
Yeah, I've just been eating it on the way here, and the only thing holding it in is me sitting down. So now that I'm standing up, speaking of
gotta go.
Were bathrooms the same too? They sit down to poop and everything, or what?
Oh no, they kind of like lay on their stomachs.
Yeah,
and then like a suction cup comes down and attaches, and it kind of just sucks everything out.
Yeah, it has a geothermal vent, and like 5,000 meters underground.
Yeah,
it's like silica.
Yeah,
and it pipes it into your butthole with the ocean water, and it gives you this really like refreshing, like toxin cleansing, parasite butthole washing, colon cleanse from the ocean. You just put it in, and then you let the tide roll in, and then you wait a minute, and the tide rolls out,
and you're done,
and everything's clean.
Yeah. You just reminded me,
and then you dust your butthole with coffee to make it smell better.
No, the bathrooms are the same. The only thing, so they copy from like Europe, where like it's rather than like stalls like we have in the U.S., it's like a full on room.
Okay.
So like, you would go into a pooping room, and it would have a sink and a toilet, and it's like, oh wow, this is nice. I don't have to worry about like some dude like freaking blowing up a toilet next to me.
Yeah, you can be the one to blow up the toilet,
and no one else would know.
Yeah, and the next guy has to deal with it.
True.
You're like, this is a future not me's problem.
Oh yeah.
Even though we're all collectively one in the consciousness when you eat enough shrooms. And by me doing something, I'm inadvertently hurting someone else. But that is just me.
Yeah. Because we're all connected.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that's more of a common thing. Oh, we soaked in beer.
Soaked in beer.
There was a beer bath place where you go there. Our guide that we had, which was just a piece of paper, told us to that we didn't need bathing suits because you don't want to wear a bathing suit to this. So they give you a robe, and then they put you they're like, go to the locker room, get changed, and then we'll bring you to the beer bath. Me and Rebecca went together. Okay. So like, I take off all my clothes, put on the robe, go walk out in the hallway. Something I noticed immediately is that there's 2 other groups that both are wearing bathing suits. And so like me and Rebecca are both like naked with the robe on underneath and stuff, and we're like, yeah. And like the lady seemed like a little surprised that I was naked, but like there wasn't any signs. Our guide told us to literally do this.
You're like, actually, we're just really Icelandic. You guys are being fucking weird.
The weirder part was that the Icelandic people were the ones wearing the suits.
Oh my god.
There's like Icelandic old people, which was even surprisinger.
Pussies.
I know.
Yeah, you just walk in there with your fucking Chad American dick.
Alpha. Yeah. Do you know oh god, this is stupid, but there's a meme of Dr. Livesley. Do you know this?
No.
I'll show you it.
Yeah, show me the meme.
You want to see it right now?
Do it later. You can do it now. Is it gonna?
I'm gonna ruin the.
I'll explain it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Show me the meme.
Okay, one second.
Yeah.
Just fill for time. Hurry.
Yeah. So when I was in Iceland, in my head, I was having dreams about this place, and I was always in the mud baths. And in the mud baths, when you got the meme? Okay.
This alpha Chad.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's a colonial looking man that has a butt chin, and he's really got that upside down equilateral triangle shoulder to shoulder hip ratio.
There's one specific part that we need to just. There it is.
Okay,
all right.
Yeah, he's got a Chad walk.
So this is me walking through the place completely naked.
Yeah, he's swaying his arms back and forth, shoulders opposite to the way he's walking.
It's very alpha.
Yeah, very parallel. Yeah. Very,
So that I was embodying that meme, being naked at the beer bath.
Yeah, you just go in there and you start helicopter penising.
Yeah.
People are like, what is he doing? You're like, dude, I gotta get my energy. I'm circulating. Have you ever heard of Kundalini?
But no, so basically, they paired us in like the people we came with.
Yeah.
So like me and Rebecca got our own bath, and so we like go to our own. They close the door, and then you go in the bath and you sit there and go like, cool, and like you're literally sitting in live yeast beer.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. You get a little drunk from just sitting in there, and then on top of it, they have a completed beer, like an actual good one to drink, in a tap next to the barrel you're sitting in. And so, like, you, like, pour a beer, and, like...
That's kind of interesting.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I kind of want to try that. That's really strange.
Yeah, and you feel... They tell you not to shower afterwards. And I'm like, but I gotta drive another, like, hour and a half. Oh, well. So, like, you just kind of... You don't really smell bad.
Yeah.
It smells like a little bit like beer, but it actually smells like something different.
Huh.
So, it's cool.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. So you're going to just start pouring beer in your tub and then taking beer baths?
Well, I think the secret is it has to be a live yeast, so it's like low alcohol percent. And, you know, the yeast like eats your skin or whatever. So
I'm just going to start bathing in vodka, dude. That's what it sounds.
I think that's a good one.
I get to get out of the tub and I just black out, fall straight down to the ground, bounce once. Move a couple inches. Like, oh my god, what was that noise? Wake up 5 hours later. Oh, I was just about to get in the vodka bath. I get back in. Get out again. Somebody is like knocks on the door like 2 days later. What are you doing? It's like, oh, thanks for some reason I fell asleep before. I must have been really tired. I'm gonna get in the vodka bath. Like, no, don't.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I'll just quickly sum it up here.
Yeah.
Everything that we went to was beautiful. There was moments of like, you walk up to this waterfall and you're like, wow, that's a big waterfall. And they let you like walk right up to them. So like I had a rain jacket on and I got real close to a waterfall, and I need to show you the video at some point, but it's kind of funny. I walk up to a waterfall and I'm like soaked because like it's like this giant pouring water that it literally creates its own wind.
Could you have like stood under it if you really wanted to? Or
I feel like it would like punch you to the ground.
You just start meditating.
Yeah.
Your wife's like, what are you doing? You're like, I need to do this.
1 second. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I could have gotten a little bit closer to it, but there would be no point. But whatever, walking up to waterfalls, that was cool. Seeing all the waterfalls, taking pictures. And I mean, like, every time that you're driving around there, it was like, you would go around a corner, like, oh, that's pretty. Like, literally constant.
Now, did you stop to take pictures more often than not? Like, while you're driving? Okay.
Yeah, like, there would be, like, a little turn off. Like, they're randomly everywhere. So, like, we would just, like, turn off, get out of the car, stretch a little bit, go, like, oh, take some pictures, and then keep going, So, it's just, it's kind of, because the only, like, some days, the only things that we had going on was, like, oh, make it to the hotel. So, it'd be like, okay, we have like a 2-hour drive. There's like a bunch of stops in between. You just take your time and whatever, I'm trying to think of, there was one more spa, which was my favorite one. This one was freshwater, where they like pump fresh water into the ground and then it comes back up hot.
Oh.
And they had like a bunch of different bathtubs. This one we had, it was a swim up bar as well. And we like, actually we're like, at this time we're gonna drink a few. Because it was like 5 o'clock. We're like, yeah, it's time. We had a bunch of German tourists with us there. There was 2 American couples that like, I don't think they knew each other, but they like were like, oh hey, oh yeah, so where are you guys from? They like started talking. We were sitting nearby, and like the dude all of a sudden was like just talking about religion, and he was like really into like, no, really, I think that the Catholic way is the right one. And like just
and you just chime in. You're like, yeah, I've been taking Catholic classes recently.
I just got married to my wife here in a Catholic church.
Yeah,
it's just like such a weird thing to like see these people debating religion while on vacation in Iceland.
You're like, dude, I just want to sit in this spot, and somebody's like, I don't think we should follow the Pope. I'm gonna be honest.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's like pushing all this agenda that doesn't seem like it's, God, why should somebody be before God? Even if it's, I mean, what do they got to even do to become a Pope? They just got to fucking not jerk off for 35 years? Like, what's the no-fap for the Pope? I mean, come on. I can fucking do that. No.
So, Yeah, no, I mean, just, yeah, it was strange, like, seeing those people randomly do that, and then, every town we stayed in, the hotels were really nice. We met, like, a really nice bartender, and he was, like, telling us about, like, how he's got, like, a bum arm, and he was like, sorry, my game's a little off, my arm's been bothering me today, and he, like, I asked for an espresso martini, all right? And like
you're making a poor guy do double arm work. You're like, yeah, can you give me the fucking this drink that requires you to use both arms?
Well, he recommended it.
Oh my god.
He was like, it's a specialty, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And so like, I was like, go for it, and like he poured it in like the wrong glass. Oh, I gotta restart. Like, I felt bad, but like he was kind of a cool dude to talk to.
You're like, can you shake it again?
Yeah, just one more quick.
And then you're like, with both hands.
Yeah. He like tries to do it one hand. Like, no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Tell you what, I'll help you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, everybody was really nice. It was a really cool place. If I were to do it again, we'd probably not go around the whole island, but probably stick to, like, certain areas. The capital, Reykjavik, was so big and beautiful and cool that, like, we only spent 2 days there. We probably could have done, like, a couple more.
Yeah, you probably could have done a month there, dude. Just fill out an Airbnb for the whole month.
Yeah. That would be expensive. But, yeah, I'd rate it a 10 out of 10.
Great.
Would
Did you end up doing that boat thing where you go on a boat and they...
It got canceled 2 days before, and it was supposed to be on our second day. We were reading the schedule, the original one. And, dude, they had us on the second day, so we were, like, sleep deprived and, like, just, like, barely awake, barely, like, walking. And, like, it was supposed to be on the second day at, like, 5 in the morning after you would have to drive 3 hours. Or not 5 in the morning, but like 10 in the morning, and you have to drive 3 hours to it. And it was like, I don't know if we would have even made it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's probably better that it was canceled.
Yeah.
But you didn't get your sea urchins, bro?
I know.
Oh!
I wanted to eat it. I wanted to eat the scallops so bad.
Oh my god.
So,
It's okay, dude. You'll get your sea urchin and scallops.
I'll just eat them here.
Yeah, just whatever. Get that. Make some hollandaise sauce. Can't be that fucking hard.
Yeah.
If they can do it.
With their limited ingredients.
Yeah.
It's weird because they have eggs, but they don't have
chickens.
And so, like...
So they just don't have any chickens on the island? Like, they don't cultivate them?
We saw none. They could be somewhere that we didn't go.
Yeah, they just have, like, a mountain facility underground.
With chickens.
Chickens in there. They don't get sunlight. They graze on geothermal grass.
Well, like, it's weird because, like, there's sheep everywhere. Like, constantly. There's sheep, there's horses, there's cows. But, like, you would think that, like, we pass by all these farms, you'd think, like, someone would have a chicken coop or something. Nothing. So
I just pull over, knock on the house. Where are your chickens? Should I even be eating these eggs, or is this like some weird experiment?
They're definitely like instant ones. The ones that they served at the hotels.
Yeah,
it was like instant eggs, 100%.
No. So, or is that faux egg? The just egg.
Yeah.
50 ingredients.
It's not egg.
Yeah, not close to egg.
Yeah. No, yeah. That was it. Oh. Yeah. I touched 2 continents at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the tectonic plates, right, is the divider. And so, like, I swam in 3 degrees water.
Wow. What was that, like, freezing?
So they put you in a puffy, like, air suit. So you're like a marshmallow, and you float over the water.
Yeah.
And you're wearing gloves, you're wearing a hood, you're wearing, like, full body suit. And so, like, you didn't really feel the water much other than your hands and then on your lips. Because you had like a snorkel, and so you're snorkeling through this. It's like the clearest water to exist, and it's like a beautiful like blue whatever, and so you swim through like this trench where an earthquake happened, and like at some point it's like this is where the tectonic plates separate, and so you can like touch both of them, and it's kind of cool.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was ruined by some French people, but what
do? They're like eating frogs on the fucking.
They got
pull out some frog legs. They start suckling on them. You're like, God, these fucking French people.
No, they didn't understand English.
Oh, okay.
And so our tour guide only spoke English and Spanish.
Oh.
And so we had Swedish people, I was the only American, and then 3 French people.
Yeah.
And, like, the 3 French guys, like, one of them, I think, knew a little bit of English, but he wasn't telling his friends anything. So, like, the guy was like, okay, we're going to go one at a time down this little, corridor and snorkel, right? And I just want to make sure that you guys can flip up and go back down and junk, right? As soon as he says, all right, come on in, all 3 of the French people just, like, pour in. Like, we were supposed to go one at a time, and he's like, no, one at a time, one at a time, and they're just like, bonjour, and just freaking walked in.
Pull out their baguette, they start eating it. You're like, where do they get this fucking bread? What the fuck is happening?
Oui, oui.
Yeah. Oh, oui, oui.
Yeah, and then the one guy, so I put myself in the back, because I wanted to enjoy it the most.
Yeah.
All right, there's a current that takes you to, like, where we were going. So you didn't need to paddle at all. You don't need to do anything. But everybody was, like, insisting on just hauling as fast as they could.
Rushing through it.
Yeah, and so, like, they were kicking up, like, algae, making the water all, like, murky. I'm like, I was going to enjoy this. And now these, like, buffoons are just, like...
romping everywhere in the water. They don't have any etiquette, dude.
No, and so I was just, I don't know. It could have been really cool, but it ended up being like a experience, So yeah, floating around in a really cold water was kind of cool.
That sounds like a neat experience.
Yeah, I wish I could go full scuba diving, because then I could have, like, had a good time. I don't know. I could go underwater and avoid all of them, is what I'm saying.
And then it'd be quiet.
Yeah, and I'd be like, look at this clear water.
And,
look around.
Freezing my ass off.
You get... The guy was like, so your lips are going to go numb, just let it happen. Your hands, numb, let it happen. I'm like, all right. So, it's cool, but it's like... So... Trying to think of any other experiences that happened that we did well. Oh, this is the one I've been saving. The one I've been waiting for.
I was gonna say.
The final one. Okay, so we were on a boat. Okay, so we took a tour. There's a glacier lake. Okay, with like pieces of the glacier are breaking off, making little icebergs, and they go on this lake and float out to the ocean. Right, there's a river that takes them out. So like, there's just all these icebergs, little icebergs everywhere in this lake. You get on this boat and they drive you out there and they're like, look at all these things. And the tour guide tells you all about like the glacier and all the icebergs and stuff. And there's seals like popping up, like fishing for food and stuff. And so they're like looking at you and whatever. So it was a really cool experience. The tour guide at some point goes like, this is the cleanest water you could possibly drink. Not the water from the thing, but like the water from the ice. And so she was like, you guys could eat the ice if you want to. I'm going to break off some pieces and hand them to you. And so like she hands them to like a chunk of ice to Rebecca. Rebecca's looking at it and whatever. She hands it to me and I'm like, oh, she said that we could eat it. So I literally, like a carrot, I like crunch through it. And the tour guide like stops doing what she's doing and like looks at me and goes like, oh, was it good? I'm like, yeah, like I wasn't supposed to do that. Like once again, I was an alpha male, the only American on the boat.
Dude, I would have been eating the ice the whole time.
I ate the whole chunk.
Yeah, what the fuck? I was eating ice during this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know
if somebody tells me it's the cleanest ice,
yeah,
I'm fucking eating it.
It tasted a little old, but like, of course, it's like 5,000
stale.
Yeah.
Could you fucking give me a cleaner chunk? Can you get in the middle there?
Yeah. But like, yeah, I don't think she expected anyone to actually just eat the ice like that.
Yeah, she's like, oh, just look at it.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, do you understand? I live back where I'm from. They put fluoride in the water.
Okay, that is the biggest thing. There, the water from the tap is like so good.
Yeah,
it tastes like nothing. Water everywhere on the island tastes like nothing. It's fantastic.
No chlorine, no fluoride.
Yeah, I come back here. I go to take a shower. I'm like, why does the water smell?
It's because somebody takes a fucking dump in the water before they send it to your fucking water system. Guy's like, oh, I can't walk to the bathroom. I just gotta shit in the. Oh, might as well pour bleach down there too. Fucking give a bunch of people disabilities because we gotta support the pharmaceutical companies. So
somebody's gotta have them.
Yeah, might as well burn your eye. Fuck it. Who cares?
But yeah, so it's cool. Flew home.
Yeah, what did you do? Just sleep for like 5 days after all your spas and everything, or what?
No. So, I mean, like, there we kind of had a good schedule of, like, waking up at, like, 8, which is, like, 5 hours ahead of here. Mm-hmm. So, whenever we got home, we went to bed at 8 p.m. and then woke up at, like, 4, and we're like, what a beautiful day.
Back in America. Let's go, gamers. Time to play some League of Legends because I hate my life. Fucking lock me in for a 30-minute loss that I'm going to carry out to 60 minutes even though I know I'm going to lose it, baby. The American way.
Can't wait. Yeah. So, yeah, made coffee at, like, 5 in the morning. We were both like, it's time to be up, you know. Yeah. My cousin was watching the cats the whole time. Cats were, they loved him. Yeah. So they miss him now. And so, you know, we've been replaced in their minds, but they'll forget him soon enough.
Yeah, soon enough. They'll forget.
But yeah, that was Iceland.
Wow.
I know.
We're just going to call this podcast Iceland.
Excellent. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Did you do anything?
Dude, we'll do it on our podcast tomorrow when we go to the gym again.
Yeah, that sounds good. Dude, I gotta go to a dentist that's like 2 hours away tomorrow.
So we're gonna do the podcast before the dentist when you wake up at 4 in the morning, or
you want some hummus?
I'm good for now. I'll just go crunch some garlic, dude.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to add to this podcast?
I feel like I know I'm forgetting things. But realistically, I want to show you photos and videos, which doesn't really work in a podcast setting.
Yeah, so we might as well just,
Let me just...
Yeah, give a crunch for the podcast.
I don't know if you could hear that. I wonder if that got picked up.
The scooping? No,
yeah.
Probably not.
It has like a little air in it, so it's making like bubbly.
Oh, yeah, corn.
Yeah. Corn. Yeah, that's right, end it. Yeah, hit the button. Do it. Hit the button.